Now to that vicious gender dispute that's gripping the global gaming industry. Female video game developers and critics in Australia say they're being threatened with rape and murder for their feminist criticism. Pat McGrath has our story.
There's a long and complicated history to the phenomenon that's become known as Gamergate. Like most online movements, there's no formal structure or mandated objective, but some people claiming to be among its members are doing frightening things.
They were saying, that they were going to rape me, they were going to kill me, very nasty kind of stuff.
Sarah, who has asked us not to use her real name for fear of being targeted again, is a Sydney-based independent video game developer and critic. She received a series of threats over days on the social media site Twitter after contributing to an online video game discussion forum.
I was engaging in conversation about Anita Sarkeesian, who is a feminist critic. I challenged someone on their opinions of her because I thought her arguments were actually pretty reasonable. And what they did is they ran to friends of theirs, got them together. They made a bunch of sock puppet accounts.
Sock puppet accounts are fake user accounts, often used to deceive, threaten or even market products to people on social media.
And started tweeting threats at me. They set up, obviously, some sort of tweet deck or something like that to automatically send threats at my account from multiple accounts, which was terrifying at the time because, you'd wake up and your feed would just be full of all these threats.
But if they were on Twitter, could you at all find any way to establish their identity?
One person had posted a picture that allowed me to figure out their name because they'd screen capped it with their Facebook account in the background. So I was able to find out his name and kind of look him up and kind of get a sense of who the other guys were. And they were all guys, and they were all quite young. There were some adults, but they were from all over the US and Canada. And sort of that was almost a bit more terrifying, that there was this loose group of people that just, one of them could call up the others and they would attack.
Sarah believes the attacks came from people who have since become involved in the Gamergate movement. Because those accounts were based in the United States, she didn't consider taking up the matter with Australian police, but she says she will contact authorities if she's targeted again. For now, she says the experience has convinced her to stay out of the debate.
Because, you fear it. Even if you want to say something that's reasonable and mild and just, I don't approve of this, you don't know what's going to happen.
There's no single agreed-to chronology for Gamergate, but a key milestone was the release of a video game created by a US developer, Zoe Quinn, in August. At the time, her ex-boyfriend reportedly published an online blog post accusing her of being in a relationship with the journalist who gave her game a positive review. This is where the story becomes even more complicated. Jessamy Gleeson is working on a PhD on online cultures at Swinburne University. She says it originally blossomed into a legitimate debate about whether video game journalists are too close to and receive too many perks from the industry they cover.
The original debate was to do with ethics in journalism and particularly gaming journalism, and that was perfectly fine, and it's hard to lump all Gamergates together.
But things have since taken a threatening turn. In the US, several high-profile female gamers and feminist critics have received death threats and even had their home addresses published online by people claiming to be from the Gamergate movement. Jessamy Gleeson sees clear reasons behind these attacks.
Certain sections of the gaming community have been threatened, or their idea of what games are have been threatened or critiqued by people that they don't see as belonging to their community. So women or people of different colours or genders have been standing up and saying we want more diversity in games, or we want women to take more of an active role in games, or we see sexism in games, and they see that as threatening what they view to be as their form of game.
That's Swinburne University PhD student Jessamy Gleeson ending that report.